Hello everyone, this is Favorite Uncle Bob making another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers at Titans Return Hardhead with Furos, because I guess they lost the rights to Duros. Go figure. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which that video, or what else you'd like to see in the video. So onto the figures. Let's take a quick look at Furos. So, and I gotta say, this is one of my favorite of the Titan Masters. Ooh. Minus the loose knees. See if we can get a better grip. There we go. I just love how they painted his face. That nice yellow, nice blue for the eyes. And the molding is really great on this guy. So now as far as articulation, we know how this works. You know, you get the ball jointed head, so full 360 and a bunch of wiggly waggly. The arms can move up all the way. They move out that bar. And you get a hinge at the hips and a hinge at the knees. So you only get straight down at the hips. You get 90 degrees of hip. And knees bend 90 degrees both ways. So still not the most articulated things, but honestly, with these sizes, I don't blame them. And if he was at any point in his robot mode, mine has like stupid loose knees, but he spends most of the time in the head mode, so meh. Alright, so set him off to the side, and let's take a quick look at Hardhead. And I gotta say, this is my favorite of the deluxes. Voyager-wise, it's still Octane, Octone, Octave, whatever. But yeah, this one is definitely the best of the deluxes, in my opinion, of all the ones I've owned so far. So, I think there's maybe only like one or two molds I've not handled, but I've handled a good majority of them. But anyways, you get this nice kind of gray section for the front of the tank with a little bit of black, and you get a little bit of an Autobot symbol that does have nose itches from cat hair. It is a little bit scratched, but I mean, hey, this guy could be a wrecker. Kind of fits in, so regardless, he has two more right there. So get the nice clear orange for the cockpit. And even the tank treads are molded beautifully. They did a really good job on this guy, honestly. Like, seriously, fantastic job. So, now, as far as articulation, this turret is on a hinge right here and a hinge here, and it is plugged into a port, so you can get it, angled down, you can get it angled up, you can rotate it 360, whatever your heart's desire. And if you wanted Furos riding in him, I recommend just moving this up, so that way you can get a grip on this and get him into a seated position, put him in there, close that up, bring that back down, and there you go. There is Furos riding inside Hardhead. So now, since this is Titans Return, they did do the whole gimmick where they had the bathtub type weapons. However, with Hardhead, they did it very clever, and it is hidden inside his main gun. So, setting him off to the side, and what you do here is you take this section, fold it back. It is on a double hinge, so fold it down, and then again, get him in that seated position. And one more thing we got to talk about is his other accessory, this gun. And I gotta say, it looks very nicely molded. So there's that. And you just plug this in right up here, and this is basically storage for the all mode as well. And there you go. And I gotta say, this is the best bathtub weapon from Titans Return. Change my mind. That is the best. I also used to believe that they were doing a combiner, because, I mean, come on, you cannot tell me that it does not look like a foot. Like, seriously. So, but anyways, so we're getting this back down, plugging this back on, and this is also the storage for the alt mode. So, now, I do kind of wish that these front sections did stay tabbed in a little bit better, but otherwise this alt mode is fantastic. So, but anyways, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe. Ugh, cat hair, stop it. So you can see that he scales pretty well with modern day deluxes. And here we have him with the other one I reviewed, Chrome Dome. This is the Titans Return version. The Legends one is kind of buried at the moment, so this one was a little bit easier to grab. So yeah, they look really good together. So there is that. So overall, tank mode is great. And also this, again, bathtub weapon, fantastic. Maybe could have used a little bit more paint, but otherwise they did a great job. So, but anyways, let's get down to transformation. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this one and set it off to the side. And also getting Furos out, transform, just flip up the knees. I always have to rotate the head, the Titan Master head 90 degrees, otherwise the Hardhead head does not want to plug in. But anyways, let's get started. So first things first, we're going to come back here and flip out the feet, and they do kind of a soft lock into place. Then they untab from, I'll go ahead and flip up his hip skirt. They untab from underneath here, so slide it out and double hinge down the leg. Do the same thing for this side, so untab, double hinge down, and then you just want to swing the whole crotch forward on this bar right here. It does connect onto his butt right in here, so get that untabbed, swing this forward, and it will tab in. Then we got to raise up the camera, so let me see, stay, there we go. Yay, good hardhead. So raise on up. All right. So go ahead and untab the arms and bring them back. Push them up a little bit. So back and up. Then on this hinge right here and this hinge right here, you're going to fold it down. So fold down once, fold down twice, and it will tab into place. Then extend the arms. They can extend down all the way if you would like, but I tend to just bend it 90 degrees, and that's a perfect silhouette for me, especially after you flip out the hands. Kind of lands right in the middle of the thigh. So do the same thing for this side. So get this flipped out. Maybe push that up just a tad. All right. And if you wanted to kind of get the rest of the body look, you can bring up the turret. And there is on a slider joint, so that way it does not interfere with the head. So slide it over and get that. And next we're going to take Furos and plug him on. And there we go. There we have Titans Return Hardhead in his robot mode, and it looks really good. Nice clean transformation. So yeah, overall a fantastic job from the team. So I'm going to get this back here so we can focus on the head sculpt. Focus, thank you. Get the nicely done head with kind of a highlighter colored faceplate with blue for the eyes. I think that yellow could have used maybe one more coat, but overall not too bad. And we have seen his chest details in vehicle mode. Get some nice yellow for the crotch along with some red and silver and black. Overall, very good. Now, as far as articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but you don't get too much in the way of wiggly waggly. Get the full 360, can look up and can look down a little bit. Shoulders on a ball joint, so full 360 there. At the ball joint itself, that is as far out as you get. If you use the transformation joints, you get out all the way. You get bicep rotation, 90 degrees of elbow bend, well, just a little bit over. You do get wrist rotation for just because, nothing at the waist. Hips move forward that far, back that far. Can almost do the full splits. You get thigh rotation, get 90 degrees of knee bend, and the toes can move down. They can't really move up, and there is no ankle tilt. Like, honestly, if they found a way to at least give him some ankle tilt, this would be modern articulation. Because with the way the waist, transforms, I don't see how they could be done that. So that kind of sucks. Maybe change up the shoulders just a little bit, but again, fantastic. And I do like the display mine with the cannon like this. So now he can hold his weapon just fine. I do wish he came with two, but you got Colts 3D along with Thingiverse if for any of those needs. So, but anyways, for a real quick size comparison. And here we have G2 Sideswipe, so you can see that he's a head taller than a modern deluxe, at least of the Sideswipe mold. And here we have him with his buddy Chrome Dome. And, this team is shaping up very nicely. So I know it's been a while since I reviewed a official kind of G1 rebirth headmaster-wise. So, yeah. But, yeah, overall, if you can find one of these guys for a decent price, definitely pick him up. Even if it's the Quake mold, this mold is a lot of fun. I'm almost tempted to pick up the Titans Return Quake mold, or the Titans Return Quake, sorry, just because I love this mold so much. So, but I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.